In the sprawling, moss-draped landscape of South Carolina's Lowcountry, one name carried the weight of a century: Murdaugh. For generations, it was a name synonymous with power, prestige, and the law itself. Alex Murdaugh was the heir to this legal dynasty, a prominent attorney, seemingly untouchable. But behind the polished brass plaques and the confident courtroom demeanor, a different story was unfolding. The grand facade was beginning to crack, revealing a foundation built not on justice, but on a web of deceit. A hidden, decades-long opioid addiction fueled a staggering pattern of financial crimes, with millions stolen from clients and his own law firm. The pressure was mounting, the walls closing in. Then, on the night of June 7, 2021, at the family's sprawling hunting estate known as Moselle, the slow collapse of Alex Murdaugh's world accelerated into a horrific tragedy. In a frantic 911 call, Murdaugh claimed to have discovered the bodies of his wife, Maggie, and his son, Paul, brutally murdered near the property's dog kennels. From the very beginning, Murdaugh claimed his innocence. He told investigators he had been visiting his ailing mother and was nowhere near the kennels when the killings occurred. For months, his alibi seemed to hold. But a crucial piece of digital evidence, recovered from his son Paul's phone, would shatter that claim. A short video, taken by Paul at the kennels just minutes before the murders were believed to have happened, captured three distinct voices. One was Paul's, one was Maggie's, and the third, unmistakably, was Alex Murdaugh's. The video placed him at the scene of the crime, at the time of the crime. His alibi crumbled. Investigators now had a new timeline and a prime suspect. The evidence told a story of a man desperate to distract from his financial ruin, a man whose lies had finally caught up to him in the most violent way imaginable. The forensic picture was just as damning. Two different weapons were used, a shotgun for Paul, a rifle for Maggie, yet no weapons were ever recovered. The prosecution argued this pointed not to a random attack, but to a calculated act by someone familiar with the property and its firearms. The trial captivated the nation. For 6 weeks, the prosecution laid out its case, detailing the financial motive, the timeline inconsistencies, and the damning kennel video. The defense painted a picture of a loving father and husband, himself a victim, railroaded by a biased investigation. When Alex Murdaugh himself took the stand, he made a stunning admission. He had lied to investigators about his location that night, blaming paranoia from his opioid addiction. But he steadfastly denied killing his wife and son. The jury didn't believe him. After less than 3 hours of deliberation, the verdict was read. On March 2, 2023, Alex Murdaugh was found guilty on all counts for the murders of Maggie and Paul. He was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. The man who once represented the law was now confined by it. From prestige to prison, the Murdaugh empire, built on a century of power and a generation of secrets, was over. And in its place, a legacy of tragedy and betrayal that left a permanent scar on the South Carolina Lowcountry.